All together, we'll be going on our 7th, 8th year.
Seventh woman.
7 years, but we've been together or knowing each other around 8 years.
In my head, marriage was supposed to be all peaches and cream, and it has been a rocky year just because of things that have been going on in our personal life. She lost all of 4 of her grandparents last year. And so we've just been trying to navigate that. But one thing that I do appreciate about us is that we are accepting and trying to change, accepting of one another's changes.
Going into marriage, I kind of had an idea that things were going to be a little different. I didn't expect for them to be as different as they were. So proposal, everybody thinks marriage is, happy times, we marry, we got a ring on, inseparable. Actually being married and going through changes and having to adjust to the lifestyle was a little bit of a awakening versus what I initially thought.
We have come up with different tactics where we're trying to, this is actually one of the things that we've done before, sitting back to just kind of talk about our problems without facing each other. We found that that's kind of easier for us to just say what's really on our heart. But I will say we both need some help with the communication. I say that I have a hard time listening and she has a hard time talking. And so that's something that we're working on together, is trying to become better communicators.
As far as conflict, I feel like like she said, are definitely still learning. It is a learning process because we never stop learning, we never stop growing or healing, and we always often change. So handling conflict can be difficult at times because when you're in that heightened space, you practice things when you're not heightened. But when you're in that heightened space and actually trying to put forth the effort to be or have conflict resolution, it can be difficult. So it's challenging, but at the same time, it's not impossible. Anything is possible if you're working on it.
My mom and my dad were in a very toxic situation. And then my dad got married and he didn't really honor his marriage at all. And so I say a lot that no adults around me were in healthy relationships, let alone married. So I feel like I've just been kind of winging it, trying to figure out what I believe it means to be a wife, but also trying to take in consideration what she needs as a wife as well. And it's been a challenge.
Healthy relationships, honestly, I need the definition because my mother and father have been together since they were in high school. They'll be coming up on they actually just celebrated their 29th year of marriage. Don't quote me on that. But they've been together for over the amount of that years. They dealt with a lot of struggle and, developed trauma because of that. And I think it kind of carries over. But as far as a healthy relationship, I learned how to stick with it, pray on it. I had a few examples of married couples, but everybody was always going through something, So I wouldn't say the healthiest, but as far as healthy building, I should say, kind of, sort of.
We did go on what I like to call a gap year. And so that was really during a time where we actually broke up. She was changing and I was I guess not wanting her to change in the way that she was. And so it kind of put a big strain on us where we decided to go our separate ways. But I think one thing that just contributed to that was us making sure that we were doing the inner work separately. So therapy and all of that, but then also trying to just trying to communicate and again, I lost my train of thought. Just trying to communicate and also accept that we are going to change, that we're not going to stay the same. And that's really all it is for me. As long as I know that we're both on the same page and we can communicate about what it is that we want, I would say that would be what adds to that longevity, or which contributes to it. It's just us being able to accept each other's changes and keep it going, working hard.
What successfully keeps us together is the fact of course, accepting the changes that we go through, but also knowing where each other falls short. I can pick up when I know that she's on a low day or going through some emotional issues or battles, and knowing her love language, and knowing that she needs that reassurance. And she can pick that up for me when I'm not in the space where I want to communicate, or I'm not in the space to where I want to be. Relationship first type thing, and I'm going through my own little battles, she can pick that up as well. So knowing each other's struggles, knowing each other's successes, is basically balancing off of that